There's 3 people that contribute in the city of 300. I'm one of them.
Yep.
I don't know who the other 2 are.
I don't know either.
But we can have a little club.
Yeah.
Anyway. So just, unless anybody has an objection, I think they're gonna come with the paychecks, some information, and I just wanted the board to be aware of that they're gonna probably
She
have
showed up for that.
in the paychecks. The other thing that the mayor's doing, which, you know, I think is, we were left off the list. Megan's list? I'm not on there.
Oh, she
So-
did it yesterday, so.
What?
She did it yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
so.
But anyway, and he can explain it better than I do, but for he wants a year-end report for every department to put in his mayor's message in a booklet. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for us to kind of, the people we encounter may not be the people that are gonna pick that up and read it. And so I would love for you to let me participate in that.
And because you already do these great superintendent reports every
Yeah.
month, I mean, it really should be easy for you to just kind of capture some of the key metrics.
Well,
and
in
key
my
text.
MD&A there for 2015, I mean, we do a summary of the capital plan, what we've done, so it really wouldn't be hard to accomplish.
You guys do a great job of tracking, you know, a variety of different metrics, which
Well,
you
yeah.
know, I think is really good.
These guys are a pain in the neck.
Yeah, it's your board, right?
It used to be, I have to say, up until maybe 10 years ago, it was very prosy. You know, it was just a long 3-5 pages. I thought, this is stupid, let's just start giving them the same, and so that's what we're doing. But anyway, and that's, we give every, like, I can tell you how many chemicals, how many pounds of this and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure they can at the sewer plant, but his deadline is the 15th of December, so we can estimate, we can prorate the rest of the year. It'll be accurate enough. So I just, you know, wanted to,
Let us know that you're participating in that.
unless somebody said, "Don't." I didn't think so.
That's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. And we need to do more to tell people all the good things that we do, and that's another vehicle to do that. And Bill's been asking me to get a tour going, and so's Clark. So does anybody really want to?
Well, did we ever get any response back
I've
from
never gotten any response.
Alderman at all about?
No, I've asked
wanting
him to give me some dates. Nothing.
I say
We just schedule it and
you
invite them.
set a date and then
Okay.
invite them.
It's primarily for the board.
Yeah.
I know, but you know.
Well, I mean, most of us have seen it.
But, I mean, normally, it should be the board should at least once a year visit the properties.
Okay.
The aldermen or invitees or anybody else that you want to invite, they never used to take anyone other than the board members and the
Correct.
engineer
But
for years.
I think times have changed
Times have changed.
a little bit. And I think that if we have to go over there and ask them for bonding authority on future projects, it would help if they knew what we were doing. It also, I think, has economic development implications, if they know what our capacity is and what we're capable of and all that good stuff.
I mean, I got a lot out of it, so,
Right.
you know, at least if you guys invite them,
And they don't come.
then right, you did your due diligence, you tried, and then they can't ever say you didn't try to reach out to us.
Right, and
So-
one of the other things that I think we should do is, and Kevin Cahill, when we met with him, really needs a tour.
Probably also.
Because based on some of the questions he was asking, he really, somebody had either had some misconceptions that needed to be cleared up.
Yeah.
So I know he's very busy, and if he would come on the tour, if he could do that, that's fine, but I'd be more than willing to do that for him anytime he can do it, Sunday morning, whenever works for him, give me 3 hours and we'll take on a tour.
I think the city is more important. I mean, St. It's a lake. It's a lake. But if you really just started at the filter plant and came down to Binney Water and then to a lot of the city properties.
Well, the lake is interesting now because it's so long.
But I mean, it's there, there's nothing really to do. That's my
It's okay.
impression.
Well, the last time we actually did it with the alderman, we went all the way up to Nicola,
We did.
showed them the intake, went to Cooper Lake.
That's educational, but
Went
for
down to the
inspection
plant.
purposes,
I think we ended at the plant last time. We never even got to
Right.
Binney Water.
No, we should, Bill's right, we should probably reorganize that a little bit.
I just think, I don't know how many times you've been to the Glen Street tank or to the,
I've only been to
That's
like
true.
once or
I
twice.
haven't been to either.
We,
That's
no,
true.
we
I haven't
don't,
been.
that's the non-sexy part of the system that's gonna need all
But
the
it's-
repairs.
Yeah.
the Grandview station, I mean, you should see
Yeah.
where that is, where the hookup is for the Grandview line, so you know where that is.
Yep.
You know, the work that you did out in the Chambers Farm area, which, nobody knows where that is, where Orlando Street is, where that connection is, I mean, they should
Yep.
visually see that, I think.
Yeah, I went with
Yeah, we
Judy,
did that.
yeah, took me when I first became a commissioner, it was extremely interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good thing to do.
I think anybody really would be one to do it, they knew it's, it's amazing of what you don't know and you've been living here for so
Right.
long.
But its purpose
You
is
know?
inspection by you, as opposed to
I see what you mean.
education as to how the system works
Yeah.
for someone else. That's
Yeah.
I think you can
Yeah.
achieve both at the same time.
You can, but it's
If you-
hard to
you
do
know,
all of
You
it.
want to just
I'll set it.
set a date? I mean, the sooner the better with the
With the
weather.
weather, I mean, evenings work for anybody, afternoon evenings, or Saturdays, or Sundays, or, I mean,
I think you need to do it
on
in
a
the
day.
I
daylight.
think,
Okay, I do
yeah,
too, I agree.
If you
Saturday
did
or
like
Sunday.
even if you,
probably.
but even if you did like a 3:30 or 4 o'clock, most of my council members now, are teachers, so they're out of school by 3. Some of the professors do have some night classes, but they're
Okay.
pretty flexible.
Yeah, I'm a problem because I'm an hour away and
Oh.
I now go with all the stuff I have going on and everything I'm involved in, I'm going till 4:45.
Mm.
That's the
Well-
earliest I get out
Wow.
except for the meetings I leave.
Well, maybe we can
You know.
pick a school holiday or something. that
Yeah,
we-
that's why I suggested
Well-
this,
Okay.
Well, that's Sunday
So-
morning now. I mean,
I'm fine with weekends,
Yeah.
that's
I
Sunday
I
morning.
don't have a problem, as long as I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me look at some dates in the next few weeks and see if we can pull it together. And
Okay.
we'll
Well,
reach
yeah.
out, Tony's really pretty good about letting us, giving us a bus.
Okay.
So, I'll do that.
Saturday mornings.
That's always,
Yeah, early.
Yeah, I like getting up early and doing stuff, getting out early. It's
she won't
nice.
sleep anyway.
Yes.
Just to be going to bed early.
I have my CDL I could drive.
There you go. Do you really?
I do.
Cool.
No kidding.
So when some guy says, you get up there and drive that.
I
You
can.
can.
You can.
Let me on that snow.
Who's driving this bus, right?
I did that when one of the guys was kidding around and I said, hey, could you move the dump? He goes, you move it. So I did.
I just have a passenger endorsement though.
You can drive a bus.
I can drive a bus, but not even a small bus without air brakes. But it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It counts.
It's all right. That's fine.
Where are we with the drought alert?
Where are we? We're down 7.3 feet, probably 7.5 feet today. We really should talk about if we want to issue a drought alert and do that soon.
So what's
We're at
our
about,
percentage now?
we're about 76, 77% of capacity. When we get down, our drought regulations, normal is 85 and it drops 10%, 10% lower than that. That's when we hit the alert, so that would be around 75, so we're almost there. I don't see any rain in the forecast. We're at a point in the reservoir where we're dropping 0.2 of a foot a day.
We're pulling though, I mean, everything's open that can be opened at.
There's
the
nothing
intake.
coming.
Okay.
I mean, it's open, we're getting everything we can, but there's just not much there to be had. We may want to consider, some other measures too. But
Well, with the projected winter that we're supposed to have, and it looks like it is gonna be, if we had El Nino, it's gonna be La Nina. So
yeah,
we should get a lot of snowfall, even though I don't really want it.
Let's do.
The concern is though, if we do get a lot of snowfall and it's really, really cold, it's even gonna freeze up in Calo even more, and we could end up having, I know usage goes down, but by
it doesn't go down
February,
much.
by, right, so by February, we could be really low.
You could
If
be
we
really
end
low.
up having a really cold,
Or
frozen.
the snow and then the thaw.
The
right?
worst,
We want it to thaw,
Something,
right?
something
The worst-
between now and March would be
the worst
concern.
Yeah.
drawdown, you get flamethrowers from the army or something.
Being melted.
The worst drawdown we ever had was in '54, and we were down 17 feet this time of year, and then it started to rain.
And what are we now?
7.
Okay, so,
Ah,
right,
we
but,
only had like 30 days left by then. So I mean, if you're dropping, so my suggestion is we may want to consider asking the town to give up their 200,000 extra that they don't want to pay for anyway, for the short term. That would save us 200,000 a day. Something to be considered.
can we just go out? I mean, we ready to go out on a drought alert,
Well,
not,
that's up to you. I mean, when we,
recommended reduction, just,
well, the drought alert just tells people you start thinking about conservation, you put the conservation messages out there. It's all voluntary.
right,
And you're telling them that, what you do voluntarily now is gonna forestall having mandatory restrictions. But we're providing the town 700,000 gallons a day. They'd really, like to knock that down to 500, and I know that's not in our contract, not in our best interest, and we would be losing $628 a day by
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
guess that's the point I'm trying to,
I know, so
What's the downside?
that's the downside, it's $56,000 a quarter. So that's the downside.
I mean, I'm willing to go the first step and just have
Okay.
the volunteer alert, and maybe next month,
Yeah.
depending on how it
Okay.
goes.
That's
I mean,
fine.
I don't want to give up that money that we're getting from
Right.
the town at this point in
You
time.
don't need to.
Okay, that's fine, that's fair. I just want everybody to, know where we are, what we're doing, so that's fine.
And,
And we can help get that message out, we've got our weekly newsletter.
Yeah,
Happy
no,
to
we'll do that,
feature
and we take some pictures, and that's always dramatic, and, this is full, and this is when it gets down. We kind of do we always did a little press release once a month, once a week, kind of
Just
thing.
let us know how you'd like us to
Alright,
help.
and I'll send it over.
Yeah,
Nate's really good at putting that stuff together. I don't have to do it.
yeah.
I'm happy.
When we've done this drought alert in the past, has it been successful?
No.
Maybe with I think people over the last few years, you say 10 years.
I was just gonna say
more
that.
environmentally conscious.
I think people there's a little bit of change in the demographic, and I think, yeah, there is. And I also think where it becomes very effective is if you get in schools. Because just with smoking, I mean, how many parents quit smoking because the kids learned smoking was bad and they nag them,
Yeah.
and so they quit. And I think the same thing, if we do the tour of the elementary schools and get that message out there, and that usually really helps. Because
Yeah,
the
look
kids
for-
are your best allies.
And look for dripping faucets that nobody
Yeah.
ever, does anything about.
Dripping faucets,
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, people that leave the water flowing and brushing their teeth,
I know.
just,
And I know. I used to live in California. I was there
Right.
for
Oh, geez.
12 years,
That's
and
right.
7 of them were a drought. So, yeah, it was,
yeah, no, you're very conscious of that,
Yeah.
and so there's lots of good suggestions for people, and I think you're right, in the past, we haven't seen people do a lot, but, we might now.
But it also then gives us the opportunity that when we give it a month,
That's
and
right.
we're not getting the kind of feedback that we need, or we're getting to
Then
the
you have to do
level,
something
and
mandatory.
then we have to
right,
mandatory, and then also those are when we cut off our
That's right.
town and
Right.
yeah, and then
Our
at
other-
least they know that we've made,
We've
That's
been-
right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
an
Effort to let them know
That's
and
right.
try and remediate themselves.
we expect to get some water savings with the new filters in regards to backwashing?
Yes, we should be able, I was very encouraged, when I went up to Buffalo, Buffalo's water plant is very interesting, because it was built in the 20s, and it's this Art Deco, it's just amazing, like, it's just structurally magnificent. And they have, each of their filters are open bed filters, each of them are 4 MGD. So they have a plant designed to do 100, was built to do 160, and it does on average 40 a day, 40 million gallons a day. But they have the exact same under drains and media structure that we have, even though they're open bed, and ours are pressure filters. But that shouldn't change the operation of the filters. So they have the same, they have a Leopold under drain, which is identical to the Roberts. They have the same amount of sand, the same amount of anthracite, and they get 96 hour runs without breaking a sweat. And they have the same filter loading criteria. I mean, if you look at the proportionality of what our max is, what we actually do, and it's kind of parallel. So I was kind of encouraged by that.
And what are we doing
Yeah,
now?
what is our run?
Well, our runs are 12-hour runs on the old filters, and to be honest with you, because we only have 2 in service, we don't want to run those until they expend themselves, because you don't want to put all that burden on those 2 new filters to filter what 16 should be doing. But Derek and I talked about it, when we get 6 online, and that phone call I had was from Tom Lawson, Friday we'll have 6 filters online, because he told the contractor and the electrician will be there. And so we should have 6 online.
But by December,
Well, 16,
all 16, with the savings of going from 12 hours to maybe,
96 maybe,
or 48 even.
48, yeah. 24 I'd be happy, but yes, 48
Okay,
should
so,
be.
I mean, right there, that's quite a bit of,
You'll say, we'll probably save 4 or 5 million gallons a month. That's a day and a half supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not insignificant.
probably more than you'll get from voluntary reductions.
You might, yeah, you might.
Okay.
So
We're taking that.
So you'll take care, I mean, you don't need an official thing from us?
No.
To
we'll
issue
just- No, we'll just do
voluntary
it as
group?
per our regulations, our
Okay.
part of our,
Must-
so that was it. So that's all I have for,
Okay.
other than executive session.
Superintendent's report?
I had no other questions.
I don't know if
Did anyone else?
Did I read through that? I guess I must have.
It was just so complete, you just didn't.
Yeah, no, I did read it. And obviously, I don't have anything, so.
I must
I'll
have
make a
done it
motion
better.
to approve.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Executive session?
I just had, this is a constituent question that I couldn't necessarily answer. I thought, maybe it was a good idea at some point. Obviously, they were kind of referring back to the old, the water bottling issue with Niagara, and said, why have we as a water department and water board ever considered bottling our own water
I thought plastic was bad.
and selling it? And I don't think it was someone necessarily related to that. It was someone that read about that and said, hey, it's a good idea, the concept, but not farming it out, but doing it ourselves, and then when we don't want it anymore, flipping the switch, when we need to conserve or when we want to do other things. And I didn't know if that had ever been looked at,
Yeah.
talked about,
It has been.
so we can talk about it offline another time to get caught up, but I just didn't know.
It's a good emergency management tool, because if you have, there's a lot of, to be able to have a portable bottling line there's some advantages to that in an emergency. But Bill has a point of view here too.
And that's not within your purview, it's your mandate as your responsibility to go into a private business, also is in competition with a private business.
So Charlie Landy has brought that up many times.
It's not something,
He wasn't happen to be the person you're talking.
No.
No.
but it's just,
Okay.
Yeah, it was an interesting idea. I hadn't really contemplated that concept before, so. Okay.
I do have colleagues that do it. They get the high school kids to come in, and they have it in their plant, and they bottle, there's shelf life issues as well, but, and then they supply it to the hospitals that they have to have it, and they do private labels, and so you could, for,
Nonprofits.
yeah,
events,
for their events and
there's
things
just
like that.
Community festivals.
And so there are utilities that do it on a regular basis.
Okay.
And they acquire the equipment because it's a good emergency backup tool in case you have interruption in supply. You can bring cases of water to neighborhoods and that kind of thing. So.
Seems like an awful lot of initial investment though to get that up and then
And then storage, right?
and
Well,
break
the
it back
storage,
down.
there's, but you can buy a bottling line, probably for $40,000. It's mostly manual, but, you get the high school kids to come in and work. We don't really have any space, but, well, that could be one of economic development, bring somebody in and do that.
What, bottled water?
Yeah, no, I don't think he wants to go through
No,
that
I don't
either.
think- none of us are ready to go through that again in the near future.
That's all. Sorry.
Okay. Executive session?
I want that.
Okay. Any motion to go into executive session?
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
I will second it.
Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?